What's up, guys? I know this video is a day late, so we're going to be covering days 5 and 4 because those deals are still live, and anybody that buys anything within the next quite a few hours, 14, it was right there, I didn't need to look at my clock, can still get those deals. So, today's deals, we have Assetto Corsa, I think is how it's pronounced, for 50% off. Probably the cheapest I've seen the game go for so far. Uh, Never played it before myself, but a few friends of mine have had it and or still have it, and they like it. So but if I ever see it cheaper than that, because I don't want to pay $25 and then not like it. Um, so Payday 2, 75% off for $5 today. Early access version of Grav, which is a survival base building open world game for 50% off for $10. Verdun, which I think is a World War One game. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, World War One right there in the tags. 50% off for $11.49 today. Early access, Life is Feudal, Your Own, which is a medieval open world sandbox game. It's 50% off, $20. Ubisoft's shitty ass driving game The Crew is 50% off for $30. The Talos Principle is currently 66% off at $13.59. Microsoft Flight Simulator X, the Steam Edition, which is the only way to buy that game right now. New. Um, I have it, as you can see. It's really good, and it's only 80%, or it's 80% off for only $5. So that's the cheapest I've seen it go. That's how much I paid for it in the last sale. So you should buy it. It's really good if you're into the flight simulators. Elite Dangerous is 25% off today for $44.99. Still a pretty damn new game, so that's why it's going for that much. Early access Space Engineers is 50% off for $12.49. WWE 2K15, which includes all the DLC, is 50% off for $24.99, which is 50% off of what I paid for it. Which, eventually if you wait, you're going to pay less for a game. That's just how it goes. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, that edition that didn't really need to be made, is 75% off for $7.49. That is quite a steal, considering that's pennies compared to what you pay on console. The Final Fantasy franchise is on sale. We'll cover that afterwards. Terraria is 75% off, $2.49. And Total War franchise, which we will cover actually now. So you can get Total War Attila for $30.14. Total War Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai, which is an expansion, I believe, for $7.49. Total War Rome 2 Imperial Edition for $14.98. Total War Shogun 2 for $7.49. Total War Battle Shogun $2.49. Napoleon Total War for $3.74. Empire Total War, which was given away for free by Green Man Gaming not too long ago, is $5. Medieval 2 Total War, $5. Medieval 2 Total War Kingdoms for $5. Rome Total War, or actually, yeah, I think it might have been Rome Total War that was given away for free. I don't think it was Empire, yeah, because I bought the gold edition of Napoleon and Empire, so it was Rome Total War that was given away for free. That's $2.49. Total War Alexander for $2.49. The Total War Grandmaster Collection, which includes, like everything, for $41.24. And the Total War Master Collection, which includes less, for $30. So, to the Final Fantasy franchise, you can get Final Fantasy 13-2, which is a stupid name, for $10. You can get Final Fantasy 13-1, I assume, for $8. Final Fantasy 8 for $6. Final Fantasy VII, which recently had that remake announcement that everybody blew up about, and I don't give two shits about, for $6. Final Fantasy IV bundle for $11.49. That comes with Final Fantasy IV and the After Years. Final Fantasy III, which is still the best Final Fantasy game, uh, for $8. Final Fantasy 11 Ultimate Collection Seekers Edition for 20. And that covers today's daily deals. So on to the flash sales, which we have to cover all of them because we missed yesterday. So reassembly for 35% off, making it $9.74. Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion for 75% off for $10. System Shock 2, which is a game that eventually turned into BioShock. That is 90% off for $1. Spelunky, a great roguelike platforming game. 80% off for $3. Very highly recommend that one. Need for Speed franchise. We will cover that in Street Fighter franchise afterwards. Distance is an early access game, 50% off, $10. Deus Ex franchise. We'll cover that at the end. Mordheim. I hope that's how it's pronounced. City of the Damned, 40% off, $19.99. Rise of Nations Extended Edition for 75% off, $5. Grow Home. I don't know anything about the game, but it's 50% off, $4. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't. Or $4. Who can really complain? Door Kickers Best Tactics 2014. Or just Door Kickers. What was that, an award they won? That's 75% off for $5. Skullgirls is 85% off for $2.24. Dungeons & Dragons Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition for 66% off. $6.79 on that one. Contagion. I remember that game not being that great. That's 75% off, $5. Disco Dodgeball, or Robot Roller Derby Disco Dodgeball. That is nowhere in that picture. That's 66% off for $5.09. Metro Mini is an early access game for 25% off. So the regular price of that game is $6.99? To the Moon. Indie story rich, great soundtrack, adventure. Those are the user tags. 85% off for that one, $1.49. The Dirt franchise, we'll cover that at the end. Burnout Paradise, the Ultimate Box, is only $4.39. The only time I've seen that cheaper is in the Humble Bundle. So definitely pick that one up. Alan Wake, that great Xbox console exclusive horror game. Great story, great atmosphere. Just a good game. You should buy it. It's 80% off, $5.99. Ironcast for 50% off, $7.49. Substance Indie Pack includes 3 items: Bitmap 2 Material 3, Substance Designer 5 Indie, and Substance Painter. Those are all programs to create games with. So that's 20% off for $239. Yeah, those programs aren't cheap. The Typing of the Dead Overkill is 66% off. Why do I have trouble saying 66 today? 66% off for $6.79. Anti-Chamber, You Are Not Here. You ever seen a map where it's like the red dot that says you are here? Have you ever seen a map that says you are not here? I didn't think so. That's 90% off, $2. Mafia 2! That's a good game, man. If you like anything like Godfather, you should check out Mafia 2. Definitely. That's 80% off for $6. And I know that there's a deluxe edition that comes with the DLCs for like $2 or $3 more. Transocean, the shipping company, is 60% off for $7.99. Dominion's 4, Thrones of Ascension. It's a turn-based strategy indie game. 75% off, $8.74. Magic 2015 for 66% off, $3.39. And Sanctum 2 for 80% off at $2.99. Oh, we forgot to cover the franchises, didn't we? Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. This is quite a franchise. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, $4.39. Need for Speed Shift, $4.39. Need for Speed Undercover, $2.19. And that's it. Because EA owns Need for Speed and they have Origin. Oh yeah, Street Fighter. Street Fighter 5 you can buy now for $60. Ultra Street Fighter 4, 50% off, $15. Ultra Street Fighter 4 Vacation Complete Pack, 50% off, $10. That does not even come with the game. That is just DLC. Wild Costume Pack, again, just DLC for 50% off for $10. All-In Costume Pack, all DLC, 50% off, $7.49. Come on, Street Fighter, really? Does it really matter, like, what I'm wearing when I'm kicking someone's ass? Yes, said it. Deus Ex The Fall, that horrible mobile game that they ported over without fixing that damn thing, is 80% off for $2. Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut is 80% off for $4. $4? Really? Alrighty then. Back to that. Deus Ex Invisible War for $139. Deus Ex Game of the Year Edition for $139. Deus Ex Collection, you can get all the games for $6.59. Yeah, I'll just stick with that one. Okay, despite my despite my headset telling me that we had plenty of time left for this video, it went ahead and died on me. So I apologize for that. Where were we? We just looked up Street Fighter, Deus Ex, Need for Speed. I thought that there was more. There is. The Dirt franchise, which is not a lot of games. Dirt 3 Complete Edition, which just recently came out on Steam. If you own Dirt 3, however, you got it for free. That's why I have it. I had Dirt 3. I actually got Dirt 3, I believe, in one of the Humble Bundles. So I got in way cheap and ended up getting the Complete Edition for free. That's $20.99, 30% off. Still relatively new to Steam. I know it's not new, but it's new to Steam, so that's why it's still that high. Dirt Showdown for $4.49, and Dirt Rally, which is that new game that they released. It's in early access still for 25% off, $26.24. Was that all of the franchise packs? I believe it was. Yep. So today's deals include Driver San Francisco, which, despite being a Ubisoft game, I recommend because it's really good, and the story's good, and the mechanics are good, and the driving is actually good, and pretty much everything about it is good. You should buy it. It's only $5. Republic Remastered. See guys, even PC gets remasters. 33% for $16.74. Real Mist Masterpiece Edition is 66% off for $6.11. Sony Movie Studio Platinum is 34% off for $39.59. Is this like Vegas? What is this? What is this? I need to know. Lords of something. Zulima is 50% off for $9.99. Dino D-Day is 95% off for 49 cents. Early Access Take on Mars is 33% off, $12.05. Bit Dungeon 2 is 50% off for $2.49. And The Fall is 80% off for $1.99. So these deals here are yesterday's deals. They expired a little under 14 hours from the time I'm recording this. You can get Dead Rising 3, 60% off for $20. That's the Apocalypse Edition. Comes with the DLCs. Galactic Civilizations franchise, we'll cover that. And Bioshock after this. Dishonored, which just recently got its sequel announced, is 75% off for $5. If you have not played Dishonored, I highly recommend it. Dead or Alive 5, Last Round. That just came out recently, right? Yeah, March. It's 50% off for $20. The Long Dark, an early access survival open world first person game. 50% off, $10. Crusader Kings 2 is 80% off, $8. Divinity franchise will cover at the end, along with Shadowrun. Project Zomboid, great little early access zombie game. It's not the usual like DayZ or H1Z1. This one's like a not top-down perspective, but like I cannot think of the word I'm trying to use. It's like top-down, but the camera's shifted at more of an angle, so you get a wider view than it would be if it was top-down. Anyway, that's 40% off, $9. Highly recommend that. It's a great little indie game. Hyper Dimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. 70% off for $9. Lords of the Fallen is 60% off already for $20. Gary's Mod, which I recently found out that some of my friends on Steam have played for over 1,000 hours. That is ridiculous. But it just proves that this game is... It's not even a game. It's just a mod. You do whatever the fuck you want in it. It's 50% off for $5. Rise Son of Rome is 66% off for $13.59. And the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, which I guess we'll just cover this one first. Five Nights at Freddy's 1, $124. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, $319. Five Nights at Freddy's 3, $535. Bioshock Triple Pack, which includes all 3 games, but no DLCs. For $10.48. Bioshock Infinite by itself, $7.49. Bioshock 2 by itself, as well as Bioshock 1, $4 each. No DLCs on sale, really? Let's see. Let's see about that. Let's just see. It is on sale. You can pick up the season pass for $10. Yeah. Okay. Shadowrun franchise. Shadowrun Hong Kong isn't out yet, but you can buy it now for $32 for 33% off at $20. Sorry, it's a long day. Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut, 70% off for $49. Shadowrun Returns, $3, 80% off. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Galactic Civilization franchise. Galactic Civilizations 3 for $37.49. Galactic Civilizations 2 for $4.99. Or the Ultimate Edition for the exact same price. Actually, that says that it comes with the exact same thing. That's... Huh. Galactic Civilizations 1 Ultimate Edition, $2.49. 1 and 2 pack, which includes the Ultimate Edition of both games, for $6.24. And the last franchise pack we need to cover, I believe, I think so, yes it is. Divinity franchise, Divinity Original Sin, you can pick up 33% off for $26.79. Divinity Dragon Commander, 75% off for $10. The Anthology, $7.49. That includes Beyond Divinity, Divine Divinity, and Divinity 2 Director's Cut. Or you can pick up each one, $3.99 for Director's Cut, Beyond is $1.19, and Divine is 1 cent more at $1.20. And I think that does it for days 5 and 6. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go buy those games, get them installed, and start gaming just like you guys should. Game on, mother